They should be embarrassed by what they already did. I'm not making these people do these things.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard.
Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, March 19th goes to a young woman named Isabella Maria DeLuca. Now, according to my research, and by research I mean what's in this New York Post article, Isabella is a conservative social media influencer who is facing federal charges for allegedly breaching the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Yes, the domestic terrorist organization known as Al Cracker, also called Vanilla ISIS, are still getting locked up for the attempted coup of this country that happened on January 6th. Yes, in case you're keeping score, for those amongst us who think January 6th was a perfectly normal day, where citizens of America were just exercising their right to protest, never forget what happened on that day was a crime. A crime where more than 1,200 were charged, more than 460 imprisoned, and prosecutors have secured more than 718 guilty pleas for their role in the attempted coup of this country on January 6th, including 213 who pleaded to felonies that included assaulting federal officers, obstructing law enforcement, and seditious conspiracy. And Isabella is one of the latest arrests, okay? They picked her up last Friday. I love late arrests. I love late arrests so much because you think you got away with it. Over 3 years later, and people still getting locked up for the attempted coup of this country, just like folks still getting locked up for PPP loans. Okay, Isabella is being charged with theft of government property, disorderly conduct, and entering a restricted area, all misdemeanors. Okay, she was one of several rioters that allegedly passed the table from a U.S. Senate terrorist room to others outside the building, and that table was then used against law enforcement. Let's go to Hollywood Bot off YouTube for the report, please.
A conservative social media influencer is facing federal charges for allegedly breaching the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, and helping pass a stolen table out a broken window. Isabella Maria DeLuca was arrested last Friday in California, more than 3 years after the chaos at the Capitol. The 24-year-old Long Island native and former congressional intern was one of several rioters that allegedly passed a table from a U.S. Senate terrace room to others outside the building that was then used against law enforcement. Footage shows DeLuca entering the suite of conference rooms inside the Capitol through the same broken window before she climbed back where the table passed through. When an Instagram user messaged her on why she supported breaking into the Capitol, DeLuca allegedly replied, "According to the Constitution, it's our house. People went to the Capitol building because that's our house, and that's where we go to take our grievances. People feel, as do I, that an election was stolen from them and it was allowed." When she was interviewed by the feds weeks after the riot, she denied entering the Capitol. She is one of 1,300 people charged in connection to the attack on the Capitol.
This is straight out the WWE. Okay, this has to go down as one of the greatest table matches of all time. Isabella, you and other members of Vanilla ISIS passed the table amongst people that you ultimately used against law enforcement. You thought you was in the Royal Rumble, huh? And you and some others decided to get together to try to toss one person out the ring. And now look at you. Now, on the day of the attempted coup, Isabella tweeted, "Fight back or let politicians steal an election. Fight back." Now, the reason she's getting donkey today, not just because she committed a crime and participated in an attempted coup of this country. She's getting donkey because you heard, in the news report on January 7th, when an IG user asked her why she supported breaking into the Capitol, Isabella replied, "According to the Constitution, it's our house." That's what you think, huh? You think it's your house, huh? Capitol Hill is the House of Representatives. It's the home of the legislative branch of the U.S. federal government, but it's not your house. Listen, I believe the Waffle and Huddle House is my house because as many times as I've eaten in there, but I know I can't just break into either one of those fine dining establishments and take what I want. Just because something has house in it doesn't mean you should be comfortable enough to walk around in your little pink slip and some house shoes. Okay, if you have a grievance that you want to take to the house, Isabella, you get a permit and you peacefully protest. You can do demonstrations on the Capitol with a permit. You can do rallies on Capitol Hill with a permit. You can do protests on Capitol Hill with a permit. You can do marches on Capitol Hill with a permit. But if you want to have table matches with law enforcement, you're not going to get a permit for that. So when you say the Capitol building is your house and that's where we go to take our grievances, you're right. But you got to have a permit to do it, okay? There's a proper way to express your grievances. Now, on January 7th, 2021, Isabella said she was having mixed feelings about January 6th, saying she had mixed feelings about what had happened. She said, people went to the Capitol building because that's our house and that's where we go to take our grievances. People feel as I do that an election was stolen from them and it was allowed. Poor dumbass girl. Okay, look, we all make choices. That's what life is about. Life is about choices. Some we regret, some we're proud of, some will haunt us forever. Some we make because we are ill-informed. Some we make because we have received bad information. I feel Isabella, made a poor choice because of all the above. And the moral of the story is, I don't give a damn because we are what we choose to be. All right, and on January 6, 2021, Isabella chose to be a donkey. Please let Chelsea Handler give Isabella DeLuca the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. That is way too much Dan mayonnaise.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.